Let's talk good news. Let's talk about the things that could probably bring investors back into the table. If you want to know more about it, you want to know more what are the positive things happening today, check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market, about trading, about you reaching your goals of financial freedom. I've been doing more than one video over the past few weeks already, but it's been an amazing journey, and thank you so much to all of you who have been part of this journey towards learning the ropes of investing and trading the market. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe, hit the bell, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm trying to do something new this 2020. I'm trying to do some live, not live, but some news updates at the start of the trading day, or at least in the morning. So you know that I do a lot of videos and I post them during the evening when things are done, but I wanted to try something different as well. You can still expect videos in the evening, but this one is something that I'm going to do on an ad hoc basis depending on how inspired I am of making news. And as you all know, yesterday and the previous days, I've posted a couple of videos talking about what's happening in Iran, how the US did something to kill their general, and then Iran retaliating. Now it's time for good news. Before I go with Iran and what's happening in the US front as well, and how US markets closed and how it will affect the Philippines, I want to give something naman domestically, something that's so good as well. Two things lang. Say two things. Comment below two things. Comment, I'm excited to hear about this good news. Comment, I love good news if this is something that's for you. Number one good news is this. Our foreign reserves, our US foreign reserves are off the charts. If I'm correct, 87.8 billion US dollars. This is brought about by a lot of OFWs, a lot of Filipinos abroad remitting and sending money. That's why I've been saying this over and over. People have been saying that remittances have been slowing down, the quality has been slowing down. No, they're not. Why? Because I've been traveling and going where Filipinos are. And here's the narrative. Filipinos abroad are very, very good. Filipinos abroad are very, very young, meaning they will still be overseas for a very, 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 very long time. Meaning, as they're overseas for a very, very long time, you can expect this trend to still be there 20, 25 years. As long as Filipinos abroad are my age, you can't expect them to stop working. You can't expect them not to be productive. And since they're my age already, they're in their mid-30s, some pushing towards 40, some in the early 30s. They're not entry level. They're not rank and file. They're not the people who doesn't earn as much anymore. Some of them supervisors, managers, early execs, consultants. Some of them earning larger amounts of money as well. So this is something that's expected. This is something that's good. But what does this do? This gives us a larger buffer as well. Please remember this. We are sitting in one of the largest stockpiles of cash that we have ever seen in our entire history. We have never seen something like this. That's why in the 90s, we were so scared because we didn't have as much dollars. Now, look at what's happening. Look at the narrative. The BPO industry is raking in US dollars for us. The OFW industry will rake in so much dollars for us as well. And I'm so optimistic that I hope we see more and more tourists come in, because if more and more tourists come in, the spending will just continue to progress here in the country. So that's one good news. To answer that also, will that be enough to propel buyers to come in? I'm gonna talk more about that later. Comment. I'm learning if you guys are learning from this info that I'm giving you. Number two, the budget for 2020 by the government has been approved, or at least a version of the report that I've seen, it's already approved. So why is this good? People might be asking, shouldn't the government really approve the 2020 budget by 2020 or even before that? Here's the thing. Last year, one of the reasons why our GDP slumped, one of the reasons why the GDP for the first half of the year wasn't as good, it's basically because the budget was approved late. I think it was approved around May. So what does that mean to all of us? A lot of the projects that could have been built, a lot of the projects that could have been done, that could have been started. Please remember, and I've been saying this in every video that I've been making, the promises for build would have started 2019. However, also because of the of the delayed approval of the budget, a lot of those plans, those projects were not actually implemented as early. That's why the government had to play catch up in terms of the growth of the GDP, or in terms of disbursing that money. And I hope, no, the things that I've seen an economic report that showed that these were the budgets for certain departments, for certain sectors that the government should could have used for some particular items, for infra, for building this and that. However, the problem also is not just about that there's no money. Please remember this. It's a lie that the Philippines doesn't have any money. We have so much money. We're in a booming economy. There's so much cash right now. We are at a point where we are sitting in one of the greatest times to be an entrepreneur in the Philippines, because of our bustling population, because of so much dollars coming in, because of so much growth that's happening. So the problem is not money. The thing about that is, this is the budget. They didn't use the budget as much. The budget wasn't disbursed as much. It wasn't used in a particular fashion that would have maximized it. And we want the budgets to be used, because if the budgets are used, it means it's something that could be used to make the country more productive and more progressive as well. So that's something, sana, that I hope this 2020, after the early approval of the budget, my wish list is, I hope that it gets utilized to its fullest extent. I hope that it gets maximized, so that as it's maximized, we get to enjoy the full benefits of it. Now, for those pegging on build, my thing there and my narrative is, it's 2020. The Duterte steps down 2022. We're now 2020. There's 2.5 years left to try to pump in and implement as much as possible before the elections will come in. And if you try to subtract stuff also and see the current political landscape in the Philippines, most likely by the end of 2021, around November, December 2021, the focus already won't be about infra. It will be about the elections already. So possibly there will be around 2+ years of this getting better. So two good things. Number one, highest number of foreign reserves ever. Number two, early approval of budget. Now, here's the thing. Will this be enough to make markets go higher, to propel the markets higher? I created a video yesterday. I created a video that I made yesterday, posted earlier today, that the market is sideways. The thing about that is this: we need to break out. But not just that, the ones that's fueling liquidity in our markets today are mostly retailers, mostly local funds as well. We need foreigners to come back. We need foreigners to have a compelling reason to buy higher. So we have to see if this is enough for foreigners to buy us higher. Please remember this. We need the market won't be sustainable in terms of it going up if it's just locals as well. We need a combination of locals and foreigners. But just to be tactical, if you are a local, you are a retailer, since you know that the market is so good, the valuations there are a lot of cheap stocks that you can actually pick up as well. Your goal is this: while the foreigners are not yet in, you position already. You position so that when they come in, you're the ones that has finished buying. You're the ones who have fully allocated your portfolio. That's why it will fully come back to what's your technique, what's your parameters for buying, what fundamental parameters are you using to be able to position and buy into the stock that you want. If it gets hit already, your valuation metrics get hit, you buy, you come in, regardless of the noise, regardless of what you hear, regardless of what you see. Because at the end of the day, it's not a question whether they will come back. It's a question of when do they come back, and how long are you willing to wait when they come back as well, and how are you willing to taper your emotions when those things actually happen as well. Next, good news on a foreign front. It seems like the war may not be as full scale as what we thought it would be. Seems like the war, because as what I've noted, Iran retaliated and hit an American base in Iraq, how you pronounce it. But what happened was, based on the report, they did not hit anyone. It did not hurt any U.S. military. Thus, a lot of people are interpreting it this way: Iran did that on purpose, so that just to show a message that, hey, we could actually hit you, but we did not act. We did not want to hit you because we don't want this to escalate further. Now, because of that also, Donald Trump is giving a more friendlier stance. Well, not friendlier stance, but it seems like there won't be any U.S. aggression, as what a lot of people initially thought it would be, which is good for the world. No one wants war. No one wants people to actually fight. No one wants people to die. No one wants to get hurt. Peace is actually good. It's very, 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 very good and highly recommended. So what Trump is gonna do though is this: more stricter sanctions on Iran, more stricter sanctions on them, especially on whatever they're doing towards their nuclear plants, nuclear arsenal that they're trying to build as well. So from a global front, we're pretty much positive already. So you can add that already to whatever sentiment that we have in terms of the trade war deal that's being put into play. So you add that all together. Plus, I don't know. I think if there should be a catalyst, we have to wait for GDP results. We have to wait for also the earnings of the companies for 2019 full year. So please remember, it will always go back to that. How good of a result is the companies producing or disclosing that it's better than what everyone else is expecting? Because in the stock market, the ones that normally go up are not the stocks that do good results. Those are the stocks that, the ones that go up are the stocks that not just do good results, but beat expectations. It's all about beating expectations. If you're expected to get 10 billion pesos and then you get 25 billion and then you massively double it, that's beating expectations. That's what puts investors back into the table as well. So we still have to see if this is enough good news. I rest assured I'll keep you updated over the next few days on how this will probably play out and progress. But I'm not gonna stop until you guys get as much information as possible, because that's what I want. I want you guys to win, and I want you guys to be able to come in knowing what you're getting into, regardless if it's mutual funds, UITF, stocks, or you're just in it for the dividends. I just want you guys to make the best decision out there when it comes to your investing. Comment below if this is something that's helping you, and if me talking about fundamentals, valuations, macro is something that you find a bit they all sound like jargons, I'd like to invite you to our next sessions of Stock Smarts. We have fundamental analysis in Manila this March. Everything is in the description below for that session. It will be technical and fundamental analysis. That will be the crux of our course. But after that, we have, for those who are not from Manila, Singapore this May, Taiwan this February, London this April, Auckland, New Zealand this June, Sydney this August, and then Dubai and Tokyo this November. So if you're in any of those countries, just comment them below and I'll try to send you the link. But if you just want to find out directly where it is, all of the registration details are in the description box below as well. So I guess that's it. It's Thursday already. It's a good time to be able to at least breathe a sigh of fresh air. The US markets also have closed up higher, which is a good sign. For those who bought gold, for those who have gold, congratulations to you. Gold really spiked up. It was one of the please remember, every time there's uncertainty, gold will always and massively do well as well. So I guess that's it. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll try to make videos off of that as well. Comment below if you want me to make other stuff, other video related items. I posted an SSS video already. A lot of you guys were asking about SSS, so I hope that you guys actually watch it also. Everyone watched the Pag-ibig video, but the SSS one wasn't as attractive to a lot of people. But check it out also if you want to know what the SSS Flexi Fund really is as well. So at least you can weigh the pros and the cons of it. So I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I don't know if you guys stayed up until this mark. It's the 13-minute mark, or 13, 14, 15-minute mark already. Kudos to those who stayed till the end. But I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.